There can be only one.
So Highlander's getting a reboot, and I have hope for this one. You know why? Because of this. From the giant freaking robot, we have Henry Cavill and the Clan MacLeod. This end, the big question at the moment is just exactly who Henry Cavill will be playing. The original 1986 film saw Christopher Lambert star as Connor MacLeod, and the Highlander series starring Adrian Paul as Duncan MacLeod. I didn't like the series, but I did like the original movies. So the prevailing thought is that Cavill will somehow be part of the MacLeod clad, if not Connor. I don't know, because then you're going, would it be an original story? I mean, let's see how they do it. It would still be interesting. They continue here. Ever since Henry Cavill stepped away, or was pushed, yeah, he was fucking pushed from playing Superman, he's been on the lookout for a new franchise to lead. True, he is leading on the way of Netflix's The Witcher. Yeah, we know how The Witcher turned out. And he's now preparing to film the sequel to Enola Holmes, where he plays the famous sleuth Sherlock Holmes, with hopes of more Holmes films in the future. I don't know about that. I enjoyed Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes, so I'm going to have to check that one out. Cavill, though, is looking for something to fill the loss of Superman. He was more than excited to announce via his Instagram that he was stepping away into the Highlander universe, saying, "Very excited news today. I've been a fan of Highlander since I was a lad. From the movies in all the 80s, Queen slathered glory to the TV show, with an actor who looked remarkably like one of my brothers. Being not shy with words and having a director as talented as Chad Stahelski at the helm, this is an opportunity like no other." I agree. Deep diving into the franchise storytelling with all the tools at our disposal is going to make this an adventure, and hopefully all of you shall never forget. You know, the way that I see it, you saw his swordplay in The Witcher, season 1, which in my opinion is the only good season. If he just does the same thing on Highlander, man, it could be a great film. In November, interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Henry Cavill touched on just about every franchise he's attached to. Hopefully to be attached to or has been attached to. Among them, thankfully, Cavill discusses the upcoming goddamn English, the upcoming Highlander reboot. He confirmed that filming is scheduled to begin in 2022. Okay, that's exciting. But it hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. THR also reported that director Chad Stahelski is thrilled to have Cavill in the lead role. Henry obviously has the physicality, but that doesn't mean a whole lot if you can't also carry the empathy of a character that lived 500 years. And I needed somebody who could do both, the director told THR. Then during our first meeting, my suspicions were confirmed. Henry was riffing on the idea of the burden of immortality, and you could see in his eyes he can transform himself from being a young, vibrant soul to an old, wise soul. Okay, interesting. Here we had Mr. Chad Stahelski. Chad Stahelski has been slow developing to Highlander reboot for a number of years now. Yeah, no shit. The John Wick co-director. Oh, he also went solo on John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, and the upcoming John Wick 4. He'll be working on a script penned by Kerry Williams, right? So, shit, if you got John Wick style, let's look forward to this one. During John Wick 3's editing phase, Stahelski had given an update on the progress of the reboot, telling Entertainment Weekly, still working on the development of that, said Stahelski. And that, you just carry development, but like I said in most of my reviews, with the shit that's coming out nowadays, I mean, you got to look forward to stuff like this. Highlander is such a massive property. Luckily, the studio Lionsgate is really behind me in this. I truly believe that it's one of these properties that could actually sustain a good universe, meaning a TV show or something. And to go out there and just haphazardly throw together what we think would be a quick sword-fighting immortal movie, I think would be a mistake. And honestly, the people behind this, the studio behind this, they're dying for this to go. If anything, I'm the one holding it back and trying to creatively lay out everything. We just don't want to paint ourselves into a corner creatively like, happened with the original. Well, you know what? I enjoyed the original, but I see what they're saying. Or maybe they just don't want to fucking go broke like most of these studios are right now. More than likely, Stensky, whatever, was referring to the second film in the franchise Highlander 2, The Quickening, where filmmakers decided to change the Clan MacLeod's backstory and make them aliens. Yeah, I remember that. It was a change that proved to be a terrible one as it flopped at the box office. It, you know, I can see that, but it still holds. It's like Battlefield Earth to me. You can watch it; it's tacky, but yeah, they're kind of right. Rochelle McCauley was so disappointed with the end result that he went off and made a renegade director's cut that removed all references to aliens. Good call. It was way too early. It was way too early to tell exactly what direction Stilinski's going with his reboot. We tell the story from the beginning, giving the MacLeod history a once-over. Knowing that it has been quite some time since the Highlander was a main part of a lexicon, some type of review should be expected. Grabbing new fans for a potential franchise will be key to allowing them to understand the MacLeod's history. Will be important in building the new Highlander world. What is this director thinks? I think I'm a better fan of superhero movies than I would ever be a director once. I'm going to stay in the outer periphery of that. Look at the projects in the past. I love John Wick. You know, fuck, I hated that series. That was so terrible. The Handler movies followed Christopher Lambert against Conor MacLeod and immortal, born in the Highlands of Scotland hundreds of years ago, and he's still alive. You know, all this is about Highlander, blah blah blah. Will he return to Superman is interesting. Henry Cavill joining the MacLeod clan stems from the recent announcement. Yeah, fucking. You know what? Just let go DC. DC sucks, and they're at the end of their rope. So, no. Stay with Highlander. You might have a future with this and multiple movies. So, I think this is positive. I think this is something I'm looking forward to. And, you know, hopefully they don't fucking renege on this one. And we don't get nothing. But let's hope. So, everyone have a yup.